Numbers.
I hear that? Numbers a lot of podcasts. All right, we on? Are we recording? We are recording. Podcast. We're back at you. It is Thursday this time. Another Thursday. As you can see, we're everywhere. We on a different platform now. We're trying something new with the new normal. We socially distanced tonight. Want to try something new for y'all. But another podcast. So again, www.NumbersLie.net/store. Go get your merch. We got new merch coming soon as well. I feel like Master P. Like we got everything. We got Fruit Loops. We got coming. We got movies. Eventually,
NumbersLie grits coming out.
NumbersLie grits. Get your NumbersLie ramen soon. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So NumbersLie the podcast. We on YouTube, Spotify, and everything. Just type in NumbersLie and just follow everywhere. All right. So we got a lot to get to tonight. Actually, a lot going on in the NBA as well. I mean, we're in the heart of the season right now. So what we wanted to get to first, I think. Let's go ahead and start with Crusher. Crusher wanted to get something off his chest tonight, man. So, Crusher, what you want to get off your chest? What you got on your chest?
It wasn't so much
right now. Go ahead.
It wasn't so much about wanting to get something off my chest. I think you came in a group last night and spoke a bit prematurely about Steph, saying that he was struggling. And you wondered why. And you my mans. And so I know that was insinuating that he was struggling because Draymond Green was out. Well, this is what I will say. For one, they won the game. But even more so, to my point, is what I say to you about Draymond is how I think that he needs to step up in the scoring category just a bit. And a lot of times, a couple times you've replied, what about a couple more points from Wiggins or a couple more points from Oubre? Well, I don't know if you checked the box score after last night's game, but no, Draymond and Kim Bazemore, I believe, had 26 or 28. Eric Pascal had a really good game. But most importantly, in my opinion, is with no Draymond, who is responsible for getting people involved in the offense, who is at the moment averaging about 7 or 8 rebounds and about 8 or 9 assists. Steph Curry finished the game with 7 rebounds and 11 assists to go along with his 25 points and his clutch shot for them to win the game. Fuck Draymond yesterday. I mean, I hate to say it like that. As much as I love him and I'm a fan, it's just I hate the way that you bust in early insinuating that, you know what I'm saying, things were looking bad because Draymond was
Twitter make you not like a player.
And the one thing that I want Draymond to do, everybody else did. And the thing that Draymond was needed for, Steph stepped up and did. So it's his turn, bro. It's his turn to step up just a little bit on the offensive end when they need him. And I'm talking about scoring. That's the bit. Plain and simple.
You're right.
If I'm Steve Kerr, I would at least tell him, like, yo, you got to give me at least 10 shot attempts a game. I don't care how you get them. By driving to the goal, corner threes, whatever. You got to give me more than 6 points per game. And I wish you could, right? That's ridiculous. Yeah, you're a professional, man. They need your points. There's no Klay Thompson. There is no Wiseman at the moment. They need your points. They got to come from somewhere.
And whole ass Wiggins and Oubre, though. What are they there for?
I just feel look to shoot. Yeah, exactly. I feel like that's the biggest thing. If Draymond even what we get on Ben Simmons for all the time, if he at least attempts to shoot, that can open up the game even more than what it is right now. True. No one sticks Draymond right now because they know he's just looking to pass the ball. If he at least tries to become an offensive threat, that's him get a lot better. And that'll get other players like Wiggins and Oubre better shots.
All I'm saying is the boy dropped 12 assists, 9 rebounds, 4 steals, 3 blocks. What else do you want from him? You want 10 points instead
of shoot. And even if he misses, you got people like Wiggins
and hold on, my fault, Phil.
That like to crash.
Are you saying a coach is telling Draymond, hey, do everything, don't worry about scoring? No. If you can do everything and score, do that. Like, what do you mean?
The thing is, Draymond. The thing is, Draymond scoring actually helps Steph. Like, it helps him get more open shots. The fact that he just shot the ball.
You gotta honor. You gotta honor.
And he does take shots every now and then. He takes threes every now and then.
Like I said, this man
gotta literally give me 10 attempts per game. I don't know how he gonna get them, but he gotta give it to me. The defense should never be worried about the offensive player not wanting to shoot. Like
a Ben Simmons.
Like you shouldn't. Your defense shouldn't come out there and be like, all right, well, we only gotta stick 4 players on the court.
True.
Like that puts Steph at a disadvantage every time he walks on the court. And look, even your boy Rondo, Tweedle, he was looking like Draymond earlier part of his career. He had to figure out to get a jump shot.
On a championship. True. Yeah. And
so I mean, Draymond got to step up, man. That's
all I'm saying is you have roles. Everyone has roles on a team.
And
if Klay Thompson was there, I'll be okay.
Sometimes those roles change a bit based on your team, man. This is not the same team that he's accustomed to playing. These are not the same players that he's accustomed to playing with.
True. My final thought on this is really just Draymond's value is higher than everyone lets on. And I agree with you. Yeah, this year, Draymond could give you, 2 or 3 more points a game, and that's cool. But I really think this year, realistically, they're not going to win anybody's championship. So the fact that Draymond is out there with Steph and they cooking, and you can see what it could be with Klay when he comes back, I think this is great.
We already saw that. We saw that for years. What do you mean?
I mean, they're getting their win back to them. Like it's been a long time since we've seen this. So I think that at the end of the day, like they don't really need, like Draymond doesn't need to take the shots right now.
Right now, he does need to take the shot.
I understand the non-progressive thinking. Like if we know what they are together, at his limited offensive ability, like imagine, because they will need it with no KD, what they could be if he stepped up the offense just a bit. But you know what? I mean, forget it. His role is still the same, I guess, from 2015, 16, 17, and 18.
Look, man.
And so, just roll with the punches.
Look, man.
Hey, Tweedle, I got something for you. When they was rolling in 2015, 16, 17, Draymond was averaging 14 points a game. He's now averaging 5.
Yeah.
So what are you talking about? That literally, when you see that's 9 points he's not giving them a game without Klay Thompson's points.
That's cool. All I'm saying is, motherfuckers didn't ask Dennis Rodman after he dropped 20 rebounds to be like,
that's
bro,
not cool though. But that's not cool.
A little bit more, though.
That's a completely different situation.
It's actually
on top of that, Tweedle, hold on. Let me finish. I'm gonna give you the full analogy of what Draymond's doing. Draymond's numbers aren't that great compared to past numbers at all. He's having a down year compared to when they were winning. So maybe he does need to do more, Tweedle. We do expect more from him because he's only averaging 5 rebounds. He was averaging 10 rebounds when they were winning. He's averaging 10 rebounds when they were winning. He's averaging 1 more assist. So he gets 1 more
6
assist.
points. He's averaging 6 points.
He went from 14 to 6, went from 7 assists back in the day to 8 now. But he went from 10 rebounds to 5 rebounds. Can he give us more, Tweedle? Can Draymond give this team more?
As long as he screens and set screens, he's fine. Just be the heart and soul, and that's enough.
Draymond Green, a Hall of Fame?
Yes.
I don't know.
Like, John, you a hater, bro.
I'm curious. What's the difference between Draymond Green and Tony Kukoc? Numbers wise, the Hall of Fame is about numbers. Numbers wise, what's the difference? Tell me the difference in their legacies.
Draymond is the heart and soul of this team, though. Draymond is the heart.
Tell me the difference. I'll ask you that. Tell me the difference between them. Ben Wallace was the heart and soul. He not in the Hall of Fame.
Who?
Ben Wallace was the heart and soul. No, he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Not yet. He's gonna be there eventually, I believe. but not yet. Yeah.
Okay, Chauncey Billups, also heart and soul of the team.
All right,
Not in the Hall of Fame.
We spending way too much time on Draymond Green.
See, all right, so, but yeah, I was trying to wrap it up. So Draymond Hall of Fame, no or yes?
Right now, I don't think so.
Okay, go ahead.
If he retires today, no.
Okay. Menifee and Crusher, y'all said what?
No.
Okay. Crusher?
The way they're giving him out and he got the defensive player of the year, I would say yes, because I think that they would consider him part of a dynasty.
Exactly. All right, cool. We'll move on. We'll come back to this for sure, though. So let's get into real quick. Let's go ahead and talk about the trade rumors. So a lot of trade rumors going around. Juwan's boy Drummond was the talk of a lot of drama with my boy Draymond. Actually, Draymond has some passionate comments about Drummond and how he's just sitting out and expected to stay in shape and be professional about it until they trade him. And he said it's basically double standards in the league. So what are our thoughts on that? Do we agree with Draymond? Do we not?
I agree.
I totally agree.
Yeah. Having double standards, you have to live up to, everything else that people have. Or I mean, Drummond's situation, if he would have suited up, I get that they want to move on, but I mean, you knew that Drummond was there on your roster, and Draymond was right. Like, ridiculous.
All right. So, like, I always think about, like, who was that? Somebody got traded while they were on the bench a couple years ago. It was
Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes got traded off the bench.
On the bench, bro. Like, so yeah, when you think about it, it's the league. They're not looked at the same. Like I think one of the things he said was, like I think Shaq and D Wade were talking about it. The league is not really ridiculed like the players are. The players can lose value in their brands and all that. Like James Harden, like they was looking at him like he was trash. Like, oh, dude, you a prima donna, you ain't nothing. Who you expecting this trade, blah, blah, blah. So, like, what does the accountability come with the actual teams and the franchises? So that's a very good point. My boy Draymond Hall of Famer made. So
I feel you, but it's not going to change. You're not going to stop this billion-dollar corporation from handling business how they handle business.
I don't know.
What's the repercussions to an owner sitting a player? Like what are they gonna do? Fine them? No.
Some could happen. I'm just optimistic because we're getting such a influx of the power to the players now. Like just the big movement. I'm optimistic about something. Like something's going to change to the positive. With players. I don't know what
it has to be something in the CBA, right? I mean, the owners do a great job at vilifying the players, make it seem like they are the reason or they're the trouble.
I don't think the owners do it though. I think it's the media. I've never heard an owner say a word ever.
I think it's a combination of both media and the owners because, like,
Dan Gilbert never said a word.
What?
Dan Gilbert?
He said he hated LeBron, and then he gave LeBron $130 million 3 years later.
True.
I just say as long as players can still dictate where they want to go, there won't be any backlash to owners. Because at the end of the day, they still facilitate moves for stars. Every star that has moved in the last 24 months has picked where they wanted to go. Even down to Westbrook and John Wall. They both said where they wanted to go, and they made that trade happen for both of them. That's why you don't hear the outcry still, because it's not like they're holding players hostages.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike the NFL.
I just would like for the NBA to not fine agents and players when they do request trades, because that's why I think the real double standard comes in, is that as an organization, you can take a player and say, hey, he's on the trade market and we're sitting him FYI, and nothing happens to that team for letting it be known that that player is on the trade market. But if Blake Griffin or Andre Drummond were to come out and say, I want to trade, then it's a big problem. So that's the only thing I feel like if if the NBA never fined people for that, I don't think it would be that much of an issue. But because the NBA does fine individuals for making those requests, I think that's where the issue comes in place at.
True.
Agreed.
So Drummond is, I was about to say, on the block, but
Oh, he is.
Blake.
Wait, Twitter, what's your thoughts on it?
Well, I'm obviously, I don't know. I agree, but it's just like I said in the beginning. I'm just optimistic something will change. I don't know what's going to change right now, but like I just feel like the power has been shifted towards the players more. So I just think there's going to be more accountability on the GMs and the franchise. I actually agree with Minty as well. So, there's going to be more accountability going forward. I don't know what it's going to look like exactly, but I'm optimistic that something's going to change. So that's pretty much it. Any other final thoughts on that? I just wanted to go talk about the other players who are about to get traded. Blake, Bradley Beal, possibly.
I don't think Bill's going anywhere.
Really? This year?
It would be funny if he did, though.
I said, unless he wants to leave.
Serious
But for
question:
him,
who really wants Blake Griffin at this point in his career? He hasn't dunked a basketball since I don't know when, and his contract is stupid. Like, who's going to take that?
No, they're going to buy him out, but I feel like Blake Griffin can probably go straight to Boston and start.
Start who?
Over Tice and
at center?
Playing at five now?
Okay. Who you gonna guard?
Who is anybody guarding? What do you mean?
Okay.
Y'all really got a lot of faith in like NBA centers like being the difference maker in a game. I see Jokic, one of the best players in the league, and what's their record?
I can see Blake playing the 4 over there in Boston, but if I'm Ainge, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, don't pull that trigger.
No. I don't think anyone's going to trade for Blake Griffin. Let me say that now. I think he's going to get bought out though, and then he'll be able to pick his team. I don't think anyone's going to take on that contract.
True.
I don't think anyone's going to take on the contract either. I think he'll get bought out, but I do think he goes to a contender. Who I don't know. And when I say contender, this may not be a team that's primed for the finals, but possibly a team that feels that they can make a decent run and can possibly go deeper with him. I think.
What about the Suns?
What
about the Phoenix Suns?
Quite possibly. I think that actually makes a lot of sense. I think one of the things with Blake Griffin is Blake Griffin says that, he wants to play at this point in his career, he wants to play meaningful games. Now, I'm not saying that Blake Griffin is going out there just, playing all bullshitish because he knows that this isn't a playoff team. But I do think that players with his skill level and, he's a vet, I do think that they have more incentive to go out and play harder and listen to coaches more and play more within the team scheme and aspect of things when they're playing meaningful games, especially like you said, at this point in his career. I think that if he can go to a team to where he's not asked to or is told that we don't need you to, shoot threes and shit. Like, I do understand that it's a part of your game right now. But it may not be what that team needs. And if he goes to a team where it's not what they need and he buys in, I think that he won't be Blake Griffin of old, but I think he can be a much more serviceable Blake Griffin than what we're seeing in Detroit now.
For sure.
His main issue is that his injuries robbed him from his athleticism. And because he doesn't get those oops, those rim runs, since he doesn't get any of those anymore, he has to really rely on his skill set, and he's not the best jump shooter. And that's why we're seeing a huge decline in his game, because he's not as fast as he used to anymore. He doesn't get up the floor as quick as he used to. And you got guys over there like Sadiq Bey, Jeremy Grant, like all those guys are right now.
Even Josh Jackson.
Jackson, all them boys over there are hooping. And I mean, I just feel like Blake Griffin, he just passed his prime now. I feel like he's really realizing that this year, and he has to reinvent his game in order to stay relevant in the NBA.
And I agree with you 100%. And now, if I could try to compare, body types and how they move now, even though they're at two different stages in their career, look at a player like Sabonis. He's not athletic at all, but he knows how to use his size, his body, and his skill set to where, he's a triple-double threat almost every game. I think that with Blake Griffin's back to the basket game, he may start to attract more defenses and possible double teams if he can try to play his game. And I'm not saying be Sabonis, but if he can get back to a sort of a back to the basket 15-foot type game, again, I think he can still be serviceable.
He doesn't have.
Listen.
He doesn't have.
He
the
don't have
footwork.
No,
he don't. He don't have nowhere near the footwork that Sabonis has to be effective in the post to draw a double team. In my opinion,
I think that's where his power game comes in.
And Crusher also, to your point, he never had a consistent low post game. He's never had a consistent post game. Or a quick drive, athleticism to the basket. I've never seen him hook somebody, right hook or left hook somebody to death. Never.
But you've seen him do it to smaller players. In my opinion, he won't be guarded by players his size a whole lot if he's playing the four. It's not a lot of fours his size. I just think that he would have to go to a team again. He would have to go to a team that would request that of him. If it was requested of him, I think he can do it. I just don't think
at this point in his career. At this point in his career, is he considered an undersized four?
No.
I feel like he falls right into the new NBA four.
Yeah.
Right.
Like he's the perfect size.
He can shoot now too, though. Like shooting threes.
I wouldn't say that he shoots.
He's not a shooter,
but he can't shoot.
Blake is averaging
let that fool you.
Blake is averaging 0.7 threes a game. Just throwing it out there. So
he made like 7 threes one game this year. Did he not?
That was when
I seen Aaron Baines.
You scooped him off the wire.
Damn it.
Yeah, that was when he played the Lakers and he only had 5. He hit 5 threes that game. That's it. That's probably why his average went up to 0.8. Is because of that one fucking game.
All right, so I wanted to talk about real quick.
I'm sorry. I was thinking the way I just feel like the way Serge Ibaka is still able to navigate can be the new Blake Griffin. I don't think
Serge Ibaka's 7 foot with a wingspan.
Serge Ibaka plays defense.
He's undersized.
No, I'm talking about on the offense.
I've never seen Blake Griffin be a defense.
I was talking about on the offensive end. Serge Ibaka is definitely a force on the Clippers offensive end. I don't care how.
Facts.
And so that's what I'm saying. The same way Serge plays now, I can see Blake turning his game into that. Is all I'm saying. It's not like Serge. On offense. That's all I'm talking about. I'm not saying Blake playing defense at all. But it's not like Serge is still out catching lives left and right either. He's lost a step athletically as well. But he's still able to find his spots and get his points off putbacks and little corner jump shots and free throw line jump shots. That's all I'm saying.
True.
Before y'all get upset. I'm not saying he defensive player of the year, Blake Griffin. I'm just talking about offense.
Well, I don't think defense even exists anymore in the NBA.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Not even in the playoffs?
You tell me someone that's stopping a superstar today. Give me one player
anymore, bro.
All right.
We just talked about the last.
There's literally no way you can stop offense in the NBA.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw what Luka did to your boys, Kawhi.
The best defensive team in the world.
Here we go. Okay.
And Jamal Murray. We literally Jamal Murray.
Pat Bev, motherfucking Kawhi, PG,
Morris. They had all of them. Everybody got a piece.
They had all the dogs in the league.
Oprah, you get to work.
Are you done? Are you done?
They had all the dogs in the league.
Mine's leading the league in defensive efficiency, get up 107 points a game.
They weren't supposed to give up 80. Mine was supposed to be struggling to get 80.
We'll see. Defense gonna make a comeback. It's gonna be in the Clippers' favor this year. We'll see. All right, so I want to talk about Drummond. So Andre Drummond, who would benefit from Andre Drummond's presence more, the Raptors, the Celtics, or the Nets?
I would love him with either the Celtics or the Nets. I think they're already win team with those two. We've been talking about him. Celtics need a center since I don't know when. You know,
hey, man, if the Nets get Drummond, dog, the East is done. The East is done, dog. Like, no, next 5 years, just
help me cash out on my bet.
And that's why I think Danny Ainge, Pat Riley, and whoever, Simon Major, all of them.
I can see why Pat Riley doesn't pull the trigger on that, because they're not a championship team right now, and he only has 8 months on his contract left. So why trade young assets for nothing?
I also believe they had Whiteside too. Yeah. I feel like they don't want that same type of player.
No, I don't think he should go to Miami. I'm saying like Pat Riley does still like he.
Don't put Riley and Danny Ainge in the same thing. Pat Riley has made moves. That team was ass 3 years ago. Like that team was legit ass.
Right now, though, with Harden, KD, and Kawhi and Kyrie on the Nets, everybody in the East should be panicking and just doing something. And the Heat do have to make some moves.
Yeah.
It might not be.
I'm telling y'all. The 76ers allowing James Harden to go to Brooklyn, that's going to haunt them. Them and the Milwaukee Bucks, they done. All these teams in the East are done because James Harden went to the Brooklyn Nets.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they got to make some moves, especially the Celtics. So who are we saying? Basically, the Celtics.
I think the problem with the Celtics is Jaylen Brown needs another all-star teammate. Every other team in the East has an all-star teammate.
Are you serious?
And Jaylen Brown doesn't have one.
It's just a troll. Like, why your boy be trolling like this all the time?
What's so boys do?
Jason Tatum on all-star right now?
Hey, Crusher, like he talking about your Duke boy. Like,
is Jason Tatum on all-star?
Hey, Juwan, though. If you could trade him for LMA,
though. This?
I'm just saying,
right?
Hey, low key though, yeah, LMA would be good in Boston though.
What LMA doing right now?
He injured.
He injured.
Who injured?
LaMarcus Aldridge.
LMA.
Oh yeah. Whatever, man. Y'all get on some other stuff. Y'all get on some other stuff.
No, but what I'm saying is Boston needs more production out of everyone not named Jaylen Brown.
Yeah. Facts. What a lie, man.
Problem.
Milwaukee coming back, man. I don't like this shit.
Yeah, I don't like it.
They still down 11. You good?
All right, so that's pretty much the trade rumors right now. We don't think Bill's going anywhere. So let's talk about the games tonight real quick. So Toronto been playing Milwaukee right now. Toronto's up 11 on Milwaukee, fourth quarter, 11:25 to go.
They was up a dub though.
Yeah, they was. Hopefully they win 11 plus. Hopefully they keep it right here and win 11 plus for me. But let's talk about the main attraction tonight. Let's get to the nitty gritty, man. You got Nets Lakers coming up at 9. So predictions on this game, like finals preview. Like what's going on about this game?
I ain't gonna say finals preview yet because
I will say finals preview.
Only because the roster will be totally different. The roster will be totally different when the finals come.
Well, it got Kevin Durant is all.
No, I'm saying the teams that playing tonight aren't a pure finals matchup because
no.
Best player.
True.
So I can't get
the individual matchup is more exciting. I feel. You got Kyrie versus Bron. Obviously, you got Harden leading the league in assists, but the whole Kyrie, Bron, big bro thing, that is what we were looking for. We want to see if Kyrie gonna put on a show, and LeBron gonna get you a triple double. I mean, it's like a heavyweight fight to me, man. It's like seeing the individual play.
I heard through the grapevine that Kyrie took the last game off just so that he would be 100% for this game.
The way he was cheering, he looked like he was healthy. Back when hurt.
Say that.
Mike Wilbon did say that.
I can see that. That's why I thought James Harden was gonna be back tonight. hamstring
He
tweak.
is playing. You mean KD, right?
Kevin Durant, yeah, Kevin Durant, my boy.
I thought KD was gonna play this game, but AD out. So I mean that makes sense.
Right. That's the thing. Like Kevin Durant finished that game on Monday or whatever. Did an interview, ran off the court, hugged all the Warriors and shit. Right. It was like, oh, he tweaked his hamstring. Like when?
When did it happen? I didn't see it.
That's why I thought we'd be back tonight, though.
So who gonna win tonight? Lakers or Nets?
He probably did it in practice. I don't know.
Practice?
Nets.
They don't practice in the NBA. They don't practice in the NBA.
Harden, KD, and Kyrie ain't practicing.
I got the Nets. I think the Nets win.
Nets by 11. Nets plus 11.
The
Nets plus 11.
True. Facts. I got that too. I got that like 3 parlays. Philly, and Crush. Who y'all got?
I got the Nets as well.
Brian gonna
feel be different today. I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna go Lakers. I don't really care.
Brian gonna be filling the team out. You know, this one of them games where Brian gonna fill them out. You know what I'm saying? First quarter, second quarter, then he gonna try to turn it on. Then probably by the end it's gonna be too late.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you guys this question: who do y'all think this game means the most to? Whether it be the Lakers, Brooklyn, Kyrie, LeBron, Kuzma, who you think
it means more to the Nets? That's why
Kyrie got to prove that he can win without LeBron by any means necessary. Regular season, playoffs, he got to win. He got to beat LeBron.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it means more to the Nets for sure because they just got everybody together. So it's like they're going to be in the media now. Like that, I love that the Lakers not even really talking about now. Now it's the Nets. Everybody talk about the Nets. The Nets lose this game, they're gonna be all over them tomorrow. Shannon gonna be all over them. Everybody gonna be all over them. So this means way more to the Nets tonight.
Great.
Let me see. So yeah, I got Nets plus 11 too, man. Nets plus 11, and then if Toronto can plus 11, Milwaukee would be good. But so all right, let's get into the All-Star. So a lot of information came out today about All-Star. So we confirmed that there will be an All-Star game on March the 7th down in Atlanta. Let's see. So now, Mayor Keisha Bottoms did comment and said, "Don't come." She said, "Don't come down to Atlanta," and basically saying that it's going to be a made-for-TV event. So,
the whole show.
Who's that? We good? Sound good?
Little reverb. I have no snare in my headphones.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm playing. I don't know what that is.
All right. So basically the mayor of Atlanta saying don't come. A lot of players opposed the All-Star game. So what are our thoughts on that? Do we feel like there should be an All-Star game this year? How are we feeling about the All-Star game?
I do not think so. Like, you got to have an All-Star game and then have a slam dunk contest at halftime and then finish the game. Like, at this
you forgot about the skills challenge before the game.
Oh, yeah. I just like, why? Who is this for? Like, no one, not one NBA fan like, man, I can't wait to see the All-Star game this year. Like, no. Like,
it's all for TV revenue. You know, they obligated, you know, the sponsors, we need that All-Star
cash rules
game.
Everything around me.
Absolutely, you know. Atlanta's open. I agree with the mayor. You should not go to Atlanta. Corona's rampant. Panorama's going. Pandemic is going. So,
yeah, this panorama out here rough.
Wow,
crazy out here. Atlanta
panorama.
Open. Atlanta is open. So yeah, there will be an All-Star game March 7th, and the All-Star starters were announced. So you got your Eastern Conference. You got Kyrie, Bradley Beal, Giannis, KD, who's the captain this year, new captain, and Joel Embiid in the East. So let's just go over the East real quick. What are our thoughts on the Eastern Conference starters? Agree? Disagree?
I think Zach LaVine should have been in over Kyrie after that 2-week absence he took.
Zach LaVine, really?
Yeah. Zach LaVine.
My boy balling. My boy balling. Balling like Chris Paul.
All right. Zach LaVine. That's bold right there. Zach LaVine been up and down. I've been seeing some games
that ain't bold. That ain't bold. My boy out there balling.
And that ain't
Zach,
out there balling.
Zach LaVine's averaging 29, 5 and 6. Kyrie Irving is averaging 28, 6 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
But he had a 2-week absence.
On there.
They had a 2-week absence.
With that, man.
Let me tell you about these numbers, though, Juwan.
It's an all-star game. It's all about numbers. What do you mean?
Is it?
Yes, clearly. It got to be if that's how they picking it.
Where's Bradley? Oh, okay. I'm about to say Bradley Beal. But, man. So when did they announce the reserves? Next week, right? Or like a couple weeks?
I think a couple of days they go announce it. I'm not sure, though.
Okay.
But
I feel like they're going to announce it the following week on TNT.
Yeah, next week.
Okay.
All right, so that's pretty much it. Any other snubs in the East? No Westbrook. No Westbrook in the East.
As far as starter? No.
Yeah, as far as starters,
no. Nah, not at all.
All right.
Is Westbrook gonna make the All-Star team this year?
No.
That's debatable.
That's fucked.
No, that's not the Westbrook making an All-Star team. No, that's not even close. What do you mean?
Hey, I was just throwing it out there. You know what I'm saying?
Made All-Star team last 4 years though.
What's his numbers?
I just wanted to hear y'all opinion. That's all.
No,
let me go to my fantasy squad. I got you. Hold on, let me see. Cold ass fantasy squad right here. Hold on.
What did you from the free throw line and the 3-point
line? 19, 9 and 9.
Right. Yeah.
19, 9 and 9.
Okay.
I mean, that's the all-star numbers, right? With his numbers. It's all about the numbers.
1999. What
I just said it clearly can't be about the numbers.
Right.
Because I'm getting to my Dame Lillard rant in a little bit.
Yeah, so
can't be about the numbers.
That's pretty much it on the East. That's pretty much cut and dry right there. You can't really argue about that.
Damn, man. These niggas, man.
Yeah, they coming back. It's all good. We only down still at 11. We good. Right? Yeah, 11. All right, so in the West. So now the West starters. We got Steph, Luka the Don, LeBron, who's the captain again, Kawhi Leonard, and the Joker. How do we feel about the Western starting five?
Where's Dame Lillard? Where's Dame?
Where is Dame? Like this probably be underdog. Like what is a time where there's a first team All NBA not be an All-Star starter is what I want to know.
The following year?
Like no, the same year. He's going to be first team
every year though. They do this to Dame every year though. We had a conversation about Dame every year.
Yeah, we do.
The media has this conversation about Dame every year.
But, and that's my point.
Be an all-star starter and not be first NBA first team though. It's crazy.
He made all first team last year though.
Last year.
Yeah, I mean, last year. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Like, yeah, but I think he should get in over Steph. I think he should get in over Luka.
Over Steph?
And over Luka.
Oh, for sure, Luka. For sure over Luka. Like, Luka's not even a playoff team.
And that's my thing. You told me last year Bradley Beal didn't make it because his team wasn't in the playoffs. Then you turn around this year and you put Luka Doncic in as a starter, and his team's not in the playoffs. Make up your mind, NBA. Which one is it?
NBA wanted to put that little baby in the starting five, I think.
Man, Dame is missing his center, his power forward, and his shooting guard. And he has them boys in the 4th seed right now.
And his backup center.
Hey, shout out to CJ McCollum, man. Get well, my brother.
So how is he not in, but Steph is in?
So yeah, so Steph is in there, Luka, LeBron, Kawhi, Joker. I mean, that's pretty much it. Yeah, Luka. It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Do you agree with that, Tweedle? That list?
No, of course not. Dame should obviously be in with for Luka because like he's struggling. Like, and then I don't think anybody should replace Steph because Steph is. We about to talk about it. Steph is arguably MVP this year.
But what is he doing that Dame Lillard isn't doing?
On first take today, they were just talking about Dame as possibly an MVP candidate, like top 5.
No, he's one right now. Like as of right now, I think he's number one. I'm sorry, Dame is
Number
MVP.
one?
Yeah. Yep. I said it.
You're not seeing what they do. That
7
kid in
days.
Philadelphia doing, or this old man in LA doing. Like what?
Dame is
So right, hear me.
Wow.
Hey, Tweed,
No.
I'm not gonna say you wrong. I'm not saying you wrong at all. But what Dame is doing with his supporting cast is outrageous right now. Like he is and that, like you say, Crush, in the last 7 days, yes, I think Dame has made that jump that much in 7 days because he's literally on a tear right now, like 30 and 12 a night. He's putting up James Harden Houston numbers right now.
For the past four games.
And right now, I think LeBron needs to solidify his MVP, missing AD.
Yep.
So that's why I say I think Dame has made a case, and Joel Embiid take a game off here and there. I think that's gonna end up hurting him in the long run as well. And Jokic just not winning. So like that I can see just because it's so early in the season, one cold week could really jump you towards the top. What are you showing us?
No, I'm sorry, that was just Dame numbers. But go ahead.
But yeah, no, I'm with you, Tweedle. I'm not gonna say he's number one, but he's definitely in that top 3 now. A week later, I'd take Jokic out of my top 3.
Who's y'all number one right now? Who's y'all MVP right now?
I'm actually I might go Dame. Not gonna lie to you, I might go Dame as MVP.
You literally
right
just said.
But I said no. I said I'm not gonna. I said I'm not gonna say you're wrong.
Okay.
But while talking through it, I'm gonna say you're right. I'm going Dame.
You don't want to say I'm right.
I just said you're right.
Okay. All right.
I'm going Dame number 1.
Joel was like, I mean, I'm not saying Tweedle wrong. I mean, Dame top 3, but yeah, Dame
I had to talk through it. I had to talk through it myself.
Who y'all got? Y'all MVP right now.
I got LeBron. I feel like the media, fans, everybody's gonna give it to LeBron. What he's doing in this year of his career and at this age, no one has done it before. And AD is out. I mean, what else does LeBron need to do? That's what I
needs to prove that he's MVP without AD. Like AD
that's what he's doing right now. That's what he's doing right now.
AD just went out last game, so now it's time to prove it. Now, from now on, not like AD has been playing. You know what I'm saying? Now it's time for LeBron, old man Bronny.
I'm gonna give it to LeBron. If you would ask me this last week, I would have obviously gave it to Embiid, being partial. But and I would say LeBron now is simply because he plays every game. Embiid sits out now because of back tightness and he doesn't play back to back. LeBron is playing every single game. And granted, I mean, at first he was only playing 33 minutes, but now at 80, is being hurt. He's playing 40, 41 minutes. It's like, it's amazing what this man is doing at year 18.
LeBron's pretty good.
I agree. I'm not going to go into why Bron is because I think y'all touched on that. I'm going to go into actually a player that I think will replace someone that I mentioned last week and being Joker. I mean, he's still playing great, but again, we know, what I'm saying, how they do MVP. You know what I'm saying? You have to have some sort of team success as well. And so right now I would replace Joker with Steph Curry. A lot of us didn't talk about Steph Curry last week when we talked about our top 3 or 5 MVP candidates. But I think I posted something either last week or earlier this week in the group me. Steph Curry, and again, this is minus Klay Thompson. Steph Curry is averaging the same numbers that he averaged the unanimous MVP season. And I think that means a lot with the younger supporting cast and, no Klay Thompson. Granted, the team isn't having the same type of success, which you would expect being down a player like Klay Thompson. But it just goes to show possibly the type of season Steph could have had last year, you know what I'm saying, without Klay Thompson, if he himself hadn't been injured.
Indeed, Steph is doing his thing. Y'all got LeBron winning MVP. All these other performances. Like KD, low key, like we haven't really seen him that much. He's been off and on these past few weeks, but like he was having an MVP season at first.
Right, but then
that's phenomenal.
But you let off, you know what I'm saying? Like you kind of ended the comparison by how you let that off by saying, you know, he been missing games, or you know what I'm saying? He been out of it. You know, so that's that right there when you look at the fact that LeBron is averaging LeBron numbers with fewer minutes.
Okay. Well, we shall see how the MVP race goes. It's gonna be real close, actually. This MVP race this year has been I think it's gonna be really close. There ain't no really obvious front runner this year, so we'll see. It's gonna be very interesting. So let's move on to another topic. So vaccines as well were a topic in the Twitter world and the NBA world, as far as players. Basically, they said that they've been trying to explain vaccines to the NBA players, in I think separate meetings they've had, and there's been some reluctancy to for the players to get on board to advertise the vaccine. So, what are our thoughts on that? Like, I know Juwan, you brought up the topic, so Juwan, just
No, I mean, that's their right. You can't force them to do anything they don't want to do.
That's not their job.
Yeah, right. They not. I don't know. They at one point you want them to shut up and dribble, then next you want them to be vaccine spokespeople. Like, make up your mind.
Exactly. Like, no, absolutely no.
And if you get a vaccine because your favorite NBA player gets it, something wrong. Like, literally something's wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that makes absolutely no sense.
I just saw my boy Brian get it, so that means I gotta get it.
Hey. Right now, I'm sure. If that's the people you're trying to reach with this vaccine, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's dumb because we just saw a whole NFL season and not one NFL player came out and talked about vaccines. How come the NBA got to do it? Like, how come NASCAR or hockey ain't doing it? You know what I'm saying? Like, get out of here.
They say, you know, the Black community has a reluctancy, so yeah, that's probably why. That's very interesting. That's a very interesting topic. When I saw it, I was like, wow.
Now, if they come out on their own and do it, power to them. Right. I don't think it should be their job to do it. Like, I think Hank Aaron did it and like tried to show the Black people in Atlanta. I think Bill Russell or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did it.
Dusty like, Baker people did it.
Who?
And he said he don't. Dusty Baker.
Yeah.
He said the only reason he did it because of the health surgeon.
These are all people in the dangerous age group too. You know, but I will say this, just to be fair, I do kind of understand it a bit as to be the spokesperson for a vaccine, and it's because of the response to all that the NBA has been doing.
Come on, man.
Regarding the current issues in the country. You know, the NBA has been receiving rave reviews. Nothing but positive comments. This, that, and the third. And I think that with this being such not only national, a global issue, and NBA being a global game, that if a few NBA players would, decide to be vaccinated and, be spokespeople for the vaccine, that it may do some good throughout the world if they can get enough people to jump on board. I do understand that. But like you said, like, that shit ain't in my contract. Like, you can't make me do that shit. You can't make me do that shit.
Yeah, I'm with you on, like, why the NBA? Why the NBA?
Well, that's what I said. I think it's because of
global game. I think that's fair.
I think it's the NBA because of the NBA went against the grain when it came to things like kneeling for the national anthem and they've been speaking out against social injustice and stuff like that, and so that's why they wanted the NBA to do it. Just been realistic.
They're trailblazers. I get it. Because I'm saying Brady just won a Super Bowl, right? The Buccaneers just won a Super Bowl. Couldn't they have made a little video, saying, hey, we're champions and champions take vaccines?
Fact.
No? Okay. All
but
right.
they can't do that when they had a Super Bowl. When they had a Super Bowl in Open State, Florida, you know what I'm saying? That should have been all right. They'd be hypocritical as hell.
I'm just saying, man. It's always an angle with this government, man. Always an angle. They always trying to make somebody else do their job for them. And I don't like it.
Chill, Menifee Snowden. Let's. So I wanted to get to another topic. Our last topic, pretty much. So we can play I wish I had a College Corner theme song. We don't get that, but in College Corner, wanted to see what Philly Billis and all of them thought about Jalen Johnson opting out. I see Crusher with the Duke sweater on. What y'all feel about Jalen Johnson opting out for the rest of the season?
Hey, Duke is trash this year, ain't it?
It is what it is, in my opinion. My thing is, there is legit possibility that they don't make the tournament. Jalen Johnson with national championship expectations, and it's just not happening. Same thing that Ben Simmons did a few years ago. They went, he played out the entire season. They started off well, unlike Duke this season, and they crashed burned. Their only option was the NIT. They declined, and he opted out of school. Shit, he already wasn't going to class. I'm pretty sure a lot of our followers have seen the documentary. He wasn't going to class during the season. Like, he went just enough during the week to meet the quota so that he can still be eligible, but that was it. But once they weren't playing for anything anymore, he opted out of playing anything postseason, left school, and prepared for the NBA draft. Jalen Johnson's been considered a lottery pick since like his junior year of high school, and so I do understand that if you feel like going to class now or playing some games that may not matter to him and possibly getting injured, isn't what's in his cards, and he would rather go prepare for the NBA draft. However, last season with Kentucky, Kelly Whitney did the same thing. Kelly Whitney was considered a lottery pick at times. I personally felt that, and this was well before the draft, I was quoted saying that I thought that a lot of GMs would label him a quitter and that he wouldn't get drafted. And that's exactly what the fuck happened.
Yep.
Now,
can you mute your screen?
There is a gap between the two, between Jalen Johnson and Whitney. But I do still think that some people will consider him a quitter. I just don't think it'll have the same implications on his draft stock.
So I don't know. I don't think, and if they do label him a quitter, that goes back to my double standard and just in everything. Because I saw Christian McCaffrey sprain his ankle, miss like 4 games at Stanford, and then opt out the rest of the season. And no one said a word. He was still in the Heisman votes. Like, he still went first round. And it was like, oh, he's doing what's best for his career. Jalen Johnson tweaks his foot, misses 3 weeks. It's a COVID season. They've been home once since July. Your team's not making the tournament. why not start working on that next level at this point?
Yeah.
What's the point of going to class?
Because Duke ain't going nowhere this year.
No, they're not. And he has nothing to gain by staying there right now.
Yeah.
Zero. But has everything to lose. So I'm with him. And my only problem with Jalen Johnson is this is a trend now. He hasn't played a full season of basketball since 8th grade. Freshman year, he got hurt. Sophomore year, got hurt. Junior year, he transferred, became ineligible. Senior year, went down to IMG, quit before he even played a game there. No one knows why he left the school. You go to Duke and you quit again. That's the only knock on it. Like you say, that's where I think the label can come from, not just from this year. Like you can't knock him in the COVID season for not playing. But I want to see him finish the season. But we also heard that he has learning disability problems and things like that. And maybe not having that support system that he had at home is the biggest flaw for him right now.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just think it's weak that if someone's really chastising a 19-year-old for leaving in the middle of COVID.
Now, I will say, while I understand it, everyone knows I'm a huge college basketball fan. I do hope that it doesn't become a trend. I do hope that it doesn't become a trend.
I mean, I think it is though, because I mean, just think about he's the second 5-star in like the last 2 weeks to leave a school because Namari left Texas Tech.
Yeah. Now the only difference with the only difference with Namari is Namari's actually looking to transfer though. He's actually looking for a school to go to.
But what is he doing right now? That's my thing. Like, what is he doing right now?
He probably got a trainer right now in a private session.
I would assume he has a trainer right now.
No, I'm just talking about school. If he's going to transfer schools, he's still a student. Jalen Johnson isn't transferring schools. Jalen Johnson dropped out and is training now.
Right.
But Namari Burnett dropped out of school and looking to transfer. I think you should quit the team for sure, but I think you should stay in school until you make that next decision.
Well, here's the thing, and I mean, this doesn't affect Namari. I don't think he, is really hurting at the moment, but that's not always an option for some people. You know what I'm saying? Especially the type of kids that come from or grow up where we grow up at. They're on athletic scholarship, and so if they quit, there's no guarantee that they can pay tuition. There's a good chance that they'll end up back home anyway. I think Namari's a special case. I think a lot of 5-stars are special cases to where, even if they do decide to quit school, they still may have a trainer or, some type of AAU type background-ish family that they can fall back on for a semester or two if need be. But if you're a kid from the inner city that, end up and, you may only been a 3-star athlete and you go somewhere, let's just use, what was the point guard last year? I can't think of his name from Morgan Park as an example who originally committed to Wake Forest.
Watson.
Let's just say he goes all the way down to Wake Forest to North Carolina and, is just not working for him. Who's to say if he quits the team that his family can afford to pay, Wake Forest University type tuition? It may be best just to leave, because then you're not stuck with one thing that we don't want a lot of our Black men to have, and that's, shit grades on your record that you may not be able to, come back from, period. You just don't know. I probably would opt out completely and just try to find a totally different school, depending on my situation.
I don't know. That's why I'm indifferent, because this is a throwaway year for everyone. Like,
facts.
This doesn't. So even if you wanted to leave that school or you didn't want to play on that team, you could play on this team and not lose a year and still go to school. So that goes back to my, like, if you're leaving to opt out to go to the NBA, do your thing. If you're opting out, and technically they can't hold it against you to opt out the season. Like, you can't lose your scholarship for opting out of the season. So that goes back to the Murray thing. The Murray could have opted out the rest of the season and stayed at Texas Tech and then transferred.
Yeah, but I mean, he made it known for the reasons that he was leaving,
Right.
so he kind of didn't fall into that category anymore.
That's the problem I have. Like, if you're unhappy with the school, you should be ready to, you know what I'm saying, get your sign out. Well, once again, but I don't know what he's doing, so let me not pass judgment. He could have enrolled at fucking Chicago State for all I know. You know what I'm saying? So, but I feel like if you're gonna leave something like that, you should have your stuff lined up before leaving.
So
I feel you.
real quick before we call it an episode. The G League select team, the Ignite team. Thoughts on that? Thoughts, comments on that? Those few.
I think it's a great move, and I see it picking up. Like, I can see it to the point where they might have to field 2 teams because they can have 10 players that are actually good enough to be first rounders.
Yeah.
They want to go the pro route because, like, watching Jalen Green game 1 compared to watching him tonight against the New York Knicks team or whatever, he's so much more comfortable playing than what he was a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's gonna, and I think other top tier players are watching this like, shit, I can make $500,000. I'm still in college and I'm training with pros and I'm literally playing against, like, Malachi Flynn from the Raptors played in the game last night in the G League, got called up today. But if you're going against a player that's good enough to actually make a roster, who's down there just to get more playing time, and you get basically getting free pro days every time you play. Like,
I definitely see that trend going.
Yeah.
You know, why not take the opportunity? Having somebody that's been in the league, you know, playing, and I'm getting to go at him each and every day at practice or in the game. I know I would want that, you know. So I can definitely see it being picked up for sure.
And I think the success of the Ignite team is going to end up delaying the age requirement being dropped again. I think they're not going to lower the age back down to high school senior because the Ignite is going to, like, it's literally showing you that this is going to work. So there's no need to lower the age any longer for those 4 players that can just go to the Ignite team.
And real quick, who is the light-skinned cat with the hair?
Jalen Green?
Jalen Green,
yeah,
top 5 pick.
Dude got fired, boy. That boy be out. He out there hooping. That's all I know. I saw
Baby T-Mac right there.
Like, he was out there swelling up on cats, dunking on. Like, I was like, okay. Like, he can pass the ball too. I'm like, wow. So I might draft him next year.
In 4 years. Nah, you don't want him next year, bro. Trust me.
All right, that's pretty much all we got. That's all we got for this episode. Any other final thoughts? Any other final takes?
No final takes. NumbersLie made history today. You know what I'm saying? Doing the show remote. You know what I'm saying? Doing all this remote learning and all this hybrid learning, all these new environments and all that type of stuff we got to work through now with this COVID. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to stay away panorama free.
We're gonna make sure Jawan's lighting is better next time, and then if you're gonna mute his mic, but other than that, we good, man. You know, y'all see it. Y'all see the whole thing right here.
Get them swap-a-rama jerseys out the background next week and shit.
What you talking about, man?
Is that a Clippers or is that a Raptors?
Huh?
Is that a Clippers or a Raptors or a Spurs? Here you go. You done got a Kawhi jersey at every stop.
Clippers one too. I'm the Clippers one too.
You need to start buying that shit with American Express so you could just swap it out on NBA.com.
You're right. American Express.
Because you know they leaving, right? Because they didn't sign Paul George, so he dipping that.
Juwan said that shit as a fluke. He said you only get like 3 months, right?
Yeah, 90 days. If the person gets traded within 90 days. So you got to get it in the off season.
Right.
Get the That's crazy. That's so whack.
So all right, we got Toronto up. How much? How many is that?
15. 15.
Come on, Raptors. Come on, Raptors.
You're a stinking asses.
Hey, shout out FanDuel, man. Shout out FanDuel. They out here. We're gonna go check out parlays, man. It's been fun. NumbersLie the podcast. NumbersLie.net/store. Get all your merch, everything. Support, follow, like. We everywhere, man. You ain't never there, man. We out shit, man. We'll see y'all next time.
Do it, man. You got that's the sign off. There we go.